Today, I'm going to teach you how to get your husband to listen to you. So how do you get your husband to listen to you when you feel like he's just emotionally checked out and that you say things over and over and it's like all you want to say is like, don't you hear me? Are you even living in the same house? Do you even get this? So what I do is I use a rock. And I'm not kidding about this, okay? I don't throw it. In fact, this rock has a really cute story. My husband actually gave me this rock because he knows that I love to meditate, and this is a rock that has this amazing weight to it. And so I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, how the hell does this have to do with getting your husband to listen? But trust me, it does. The reason why this rock is important is because I was talking to him about meditation and how much I love meditation, and he kind of surprised me with this rock when we were out by a lake. So he said, hey, here's this rock, and he gave it to me, and I was like, okay, why are you giving me a rock? And then he said, well, I thought it would be nice for you with meditation. So this is very thoughtful, but this also helps me to make sure that he listens to me when I need him to listen. So here's what you do. First of all, understand that for men, they are, if you're married to someone who's, I don't know, over the age of 23 or 17, they are starting to lose testosterone. So when they hit about 35, 45, 55, their testosterone is going lower. It has nothing to do with erections or anything like that. So it's just that they're lower testosterone and they're higher estrogen usually. So they're a little bit more emotional. So when they have work stress, family stress, just any kind of financial stress, whatever's going on, they are more emotional. So think about you if you get PMS and what that feels like. That's sort of what they're like all of the time. So we think of men as like, I'm strong and I'm this and I'm that. And we think of it as testosterone. No, I think they're really more estrogened up is what's happening. So what you have to think about is like when you're in that PMS time or perimenopause, if you're in that space, how you feel like, I just get irritated and I just need to focus, or all that stimuli is just overwhelming. That's sort of how men sometimes can be. So what you do is when they are paying attention and they do something thoughtful, you need to really bring their mind to it. So for instance, a strategy that I might have is, so I remember that this rock was a very compassionate, very mindful, very beautiful way that he showed me that he was thinking about me, okay? And that he heard me. So what I do is every now and then I'll bring up, we could just be having dinner or something, and I'll just bring up like, wasn't it great that time that you found that rock for me and it was special and I still have it on my desk? And so when he hears that, he feels better. Okay, so just like we all do, when we get a compliment, we feel better. So what we're doing is we're actually helping to increase the dopamine production, and that dopamine, so there's a reward in listening to us. Okay, so if we start to help our partners to understand how meaningful it is when they do listen to us, instead of saying, calling them out on the times that they don't, then they start to feel blocked, the dopamine goes down, their oxytocin goes down, and there starts to be a wall. So we create this wall because we're feeling rejected, and we're bringing up like, hey, listen to me, because we're feeling personally rejected if they're not. And they're feeling like, like I don't even know if I'm going to say the right thing or not, so it's just better to be quiet. And they start to shut down. So it's better to just start to bring up the times that they have done it, but don't do it in a way that's manipulating. Don't say things like, if I sat at the table and said, yeah, you remember that rock you gave me? That's the last time you were mindful to me. Can't do that, all right? You need to just be really serious about it and just say, you know what, I thought it was awesome that time that you remembered that rock, and by the way, blah, 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 blah. You might want to bring something up right after that so that they are focused on that. So that's one way that you can actually get your husband to listen to you. So it's a little bit of training there. I'm going to have lots more of it, but that is one strategy that you can use immediately.